I have 9 earring styles for you using teardrop beads.
Let's make some darling teardrop earrings, colorful and bright, sweet teardrops shining in the light.
As I said in my brief opening, we're going to make teardrop earrings in this video, 9 pairs in fact. And you know what? They're easy, they're fun to make, and I'd say that at least 8 out of the 9 you can make in 5 minutes or less, because the last pair has a few more beads to it, but that's okay. Let's get started. I have a variety of sizes and a variety of colors. Let's just go ahead and check the size on some of these. The largest teardrop crystal that I have, this pink one, is 15 millimeter in length. The medium crystal that I have is 12 millimeter in length. And then I have these really, really tiny ones. Oh my gosh, they're so tiny. What are these here? Well, I would say they're between 6 and 7 millimeter, just to give you an idea. That is in the length. We're making 9 pairs of earrings. And for the first pair, I'm going to show you a couple of options. But I have a couple of ear wires. I have 2 of my largest teardrops. I have some rhinestone rondelles, a couple of ear wires, a couple of round beads. 2 options here. I'm going to show you 2 options. So let's go ahead with this. And of course, these are 2-inch head pins. Let's just go ahead and take a teardrop, add it to the head pin. One thing you want to make sure is that your head pin cannot slip through the hole in the bead. That's very important. Add a rhinestone rondelle of your choice. This one happens to be gold with clear rhinestones. And here's a couple of options. You can either add a large round metal bead, or you could add a pearl, or even a stone bead. These are stone. And this round stone bead happens to be 6 millimeter. On top of that, you can add a tiny little 3 or 4 millimeter bead. My little round beads are 3 millimeter. For tools, you'll need round nose pliers, and for some of the earrings, you'll need flat nose pliers and or chain nose. For the first earring, I'm going to use the stone, and I'm just pushing the beads down, putting my thumb here and bending this at a right angle, and then trim this down to about 3/8 of an inch. Wire flush with your round nose pliers, get a good grip, and roll back. I turn it towards myself and close it up. Straighten it up as needed. There's our loop. Let's do the same thing with the second earring.
Every color under the rainbow, or crystal clear and true. Beautiful earrings to dangle from your ears for you. It's hard to make just one when we've only just begun. Just one more pair.
We have our earrings. I like to use my chain nose pliers to open up the loop on the ear wire. Open it sideways. Attach the earring. Close it up.
And then we're done. Just one more pair, and then we're done. Short earrings.
Here's pair number 1, and I don't even think they took 5 minutes. Aren't they beautiful? And you can use any round bead that you would like above the teardrop. And these little rondelles, these happen to be 6 millimeter rhinestone rondelles, but aren't those gorgeous? Pair number 1 is done. We've got 8 more pairs to go. And as I always do, I invite you, yes, you, to vote in your comment for your favorite pair or pairs. So when you're done watching this video and you've seen all the earrings up close, and I will show all of them together again at the end to make it easier to vote. But yes, I invite you to vote for your favorite pair or pairs. But let's move on to pair number 2. And this is what I have for pair number 2. Doesn't look like much, does it? We have 2 of my larger teardrop beads, a couple of ear wires, a couple of round beads. Let's check the size on the round beads. 6 millimeter, 2 2-inch head pins, although you could probably just use 1.5, and then I have 1.5-inch eye pins. Start with the 2-inch head pins and add the teardrop. I'm not going to add anything else to it. Instead, we're just going to bend this carefully at a right angle. Carefully, because we don't want to chip the top of the bead. Trim this down to 3/8 of an inch. Wires flush, get a good grip, and make a loop. Close the loop. Again, being careful not to put any pressure on the top of that glass bead. I think I'll use my bead mat so these show up perhaps a little bit better. We have the largest teardrop bead with its head pin and loop. Now we're going to use the eye pin and slip the small round bead onto the eye pin, the round crystal bead. It's faceted. And we're going to try to bend this the same direction as the original little loop on the eye pin. So I'm going to bend this direction, and we can always adjust it. And instead of going 3/8 of an inch, I'm just going to come in just a little bit because we want to make a slightly smaller loop. So instead of going where I normally do, I come in a little bit less than that. You kind of have to get a feel for it. Now this is going sideways a little bit, so I'm going to straighten it up. And the loop doesn't have to be exactly like the eye pin loop, but we're trying to get it close to that size. So I do have it, but what we want to do is straighten these up and make sure they're going the same direction. This is what we have. I have a loop on each end. So let's do the same thing. Let's finish out one earring and then we'll make the second one. I'm going to straighten this out a little bit again. And it's pretty easy to tell which is your loop versus the eye pin loop. In fact, you can even look at the original eye pin just to see. I can tell that that matches the eye pin. So I'm opening up the other end to attach this to my ear wire. The ear wire of your choice. So now we have that little single bead, and we have this loop at the top of the teardrop. So let's attach this right here and close that up. Now we have a beautiful dangle teardrop earring. Let's do the same thing for the other one.
Short earrings are long, they seem to sing a song, swaying in the breeze all day. Make as many teardrop earrings as you please. Mix and match the beads your way. A pair for every season, a pair for a friend. The colors and combinations know no end. Have fun, give this idea a try. Choose your favorite color, don't be shy. Match your favorite top and then begin a world of creativity.
Check these out, pair number 2. Aren't they just gorgeous? I know the little crystal is disappearing on this display, but it's really beautiful. There you go, pair number 2. Pair number 2 with a little bit of dangle. You can use any color of beads that you'd like, but let's move on to pair number 3. Pair number 3, 2 2-inch head pins. We have 4 teardrop beads. These are the 12 millimeter in length. I have 2 8 millimeter crystal rondelles in silver. I have 4 of these 3 millimeter round beads, 4 of these, and 2 ear wires. Of course, 2 ear wires of your choice. This one's really fast. A 3 millimeter round bead, a teardrop of your choice of color. I have the opaque teardrop on the bottom. Then we're adding a crystal rondelle. And then we have beautiful crystal rondelle on top, and then another little round bead. That's what we have. Let's go ahead and finish this one off. Push the beads down, bend this at a right angle, trim this down to about 3/8 of an inch. The wires flush with my round nose pliers. Pull towards yourself and then roll back. Close it up. Straighten it up if you need to, and close it up. Close your loop. That's what we have. All right, let's make the other one.
A world of creativity is awaiting within. It's hard to make just one when we've only just begun. Just one more pair, and then we're done. There's so much fun to make.
This loop turned out a little more round than this one. That means my wire was just a tad longer, but it will be okay. Let's add the ear wires.
It's hard to know when to stop. Just one more pair of teardrop earrings, then another from my bead box. What shall these beads become? A sparkling work of art. Every little
A little bit longer, so if you like a longer earring, And just imagine all the colors you could do. You could even do two clear or two of the same color or mix the colors. That's completely up to you. I used an 8mm crystal rondelle, but you most certainly could use 6. I just happen to have more 8mm on hand than I do 6. So just gorgeous. Pair number 3 is very unique, a little bit longer. Some of you like short earrings, some of you like longer earrings. We're going to make a variety in this video, but I do like the contrast in pair number 3. Let's move on to pair number 4. We have 2 2-inch head pins, 2 ear wires, 4 teardrops, 2 round beads, and 2 tiny little daisy spacers. The round beads are 4mm. The daisy spacers are 5mm. These teardrops are between 11 and 12mm in length. That's about all we have. Let's take our 2-inch head pin and add, let's see, what color do I want to start with? The red or the teal green? How about the teal green on the bottom? And then a little daisy spacer, and then the red. I'm thinking now, do I want another daisy spacer? Because we could put another daisy spacer here, and then the round bead. Or we could just go to the round bead. I think we're just going to do that. So now we've got 2. Push the beads down, right angle, 3/8, wires flush, make a loop, close the loop, straighten it as needed, open the ear wire sideways, close it up, and we've got our earring. Let's do the same thing with this one.
Every little teardrop starts with inspiration in your heart. Endless possibilities, endless creativity, mixing shapes and shades so wonderfully. Silver, gold, crystal gleam, every pair becomes a dream, bringing teardrop treasures to life. It's hard to make just one when we've only just begun. Just one more pair.
And here we have pair number 4. And I know that did not take 5 minutes. Oh gosh, here we go. Pair number 4. Stack any 2 colors that you like. It looks to me like the red is just a tad larger than my teal green. Sometimes the beads will vary depending on the manufacturer, but it still works. I'm going to keep them just like they are. And this is pair number 4. I set out to make 9 pairs of earrings, and so far 4 of them are done. And as you can see, some of the earrings have taken less than 5 minutes. Are you ready for pair number 5? And what do we have for pair number 5? Let's take a look. We have 2 eye pins, 2 of the larger teardrop beads, 2 ear wires, 2 round beads. These are 5mm, 2 tiny little daisy spacers. Oh, and a couple of little jump rings, very tiny, probably 3mm, and a couple of flower charms. That's what we have for pair number 5. Add the pretty faceted pink teardrop bead, and then the tiny little daisy spacer and the round bead. You can use whatever size round bead that you like, but that's what we have. Push the beads down, bend this at a right angle, trim it down to our 3/8 of an inch, wires flush, make a loop, close the loop, straighten it as needed. And then let's take this little charm, flower charm, and I'm going to use my chain nose pliers. And I have a little tiny jump ring, very small. I'm just going to pick up the charm. You'll need a jump ring large enough to put it through the loop of whatever charm you're using, and then add it to the loop at the bottom of the teardrop bead and close that up. This is so tiny. It's kind of hard. Okay, got it. And then add the ear wire. And we have our first earring. Now, I'm looking at it here, and you want to make sure that your charm is facing the right direction for the ear wire. Let's make the other one.
One more pair, and then we're done. A pair for every season, a pair for season, a pair for a friend, pair for a friend. The colors and try. Choose your favorite color, catch your eye, match your favorite top, and then begin. A world of creativity is waiting within.
Let's make sure that our charm is facing the right direction. Turn these just a little bit. Don't be afraid to adjust it just slightly if you need to. And we have pair number 5. Aren't those cute? And look how fast and easy they were to make. The pink is very soft and pastel, but of course you can use any color of teardrop bead and any charm that you would like. Sweet. Pair number 5. Don't you just love the little charm dangle on pair number 5? Just think of all the different styles you can make with this idea. All it takes is a couple of teardrop beads and a few charms. I mean, who doesn't have charms in their stash? I'm sure you have something. Let's move on to pair number 6. And remember, I'm going to recap all the earrings at the end to make it easy to vote. For pair number 6, we have 2 2-inch head pins, pair of ear wires. How many of these little beads do we have? 6 3mm round beads. And on the teardrops, we have what I would call the medium size from what we're using today. Medium size aqua and clear with a silver back. And then these were the very, very tiny ones. The tiniest one, again, being between 6 and 7, and the largest one being 12. So this time we're going to attempt to stack 3 of these. Take your head pin. You can add either one of these. They're the same size. I'm going to go with the aqua first. Aqua, then the silver, and the small round bead. And then the tiny aqua, because I wanted to separate these colors here. And then we'll add a small round bead on top. And we have just enough room, just enough to make our loop. So I'm pushing the beads down, bending this at a right angle. I think it's slightly less than my 3/8. It's going to be real close. But I'm going to make my loop and close my loop. This gives us a longer earring. And I know some of you like longer earrings. And here we go. 3 tiers of the teardrop beads. Let's make the other one.
Just one more pair of earrings. That's what we always say. But we've only just begun today. Sweet teardrops shining bright, dancing in the light. Endless possibilities on display. Darling teardrop earrings, colorful and bright. Creating little treasures morning, noon, and night. It's hard to make just one. We've only just begun.
Here's pair number 6. 3 teardrop earrings stacked. Now, if you want, you could use 3 completely different sizes if that's what you have. These 2 are pretty close in size, but for a longer earring with a lot of sparkle, here you go. Pair number 6. Yes, pair number 6 is quite long, but you know, some of you tell me you like long earrings, so that's why I try to show a variety of styles and a variety of lengths. Oh, and one more thing. If you're enjoying this video, I appreciate a thumbs up, a like, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe and keep watching. There's more. We have 2 2-inch head pins. We have 4 1-inch head pins, pair of ear wires, 2 of my medium size, 2 teardrops, and 4 round beads. These are faceted rounds. They're 6mm. Again, this teardrop is 12mm in length. All right, first thing we want to do is go ahead and add our largest teardrop. And we're not adding any daisy spacers or round beads to this, other than those round beads. We're just going to use this. In fact, I might get by with a smaller head pin. It's just that the smaller the head pin, the harder it is to bend. Okay, I'm going to stick with this one. I have plenty of 2-inch head pins on hand. Just bend this at a right angle, trim it down to 3/8, and make your loop. Okay. And then take 2 of these and a 1-inch head pin. Oh, I know. You could use an eye pin for this. You could, but what if you don't have an eye pin? Well, you can take your 1-inch head pin or your 2-inch head pin, and you can just trim off the head, the tiny little head of the head pin. Let's do that to 2 of these. There's no head on this head pin. Add the round bead. It can be challenging to bend these, so let's just go ahead and make a loop. Oops, my bead fell off. Make a loop. See what I have? It's not very straight, but let's pull it back. Let's pull it back until we have a little eye pin. Now we have an eye pin, so let's do the same thing to the other end. All right, so I'm going to curl the next one. Like this one is curled to the left. I'm going to curl this one to the right. I don't know if I need to trim it at all. I mean, maybe just a tiny bit, just a tiny, tiny bit. And I'm going to roll this one towards me. Pull it back and close it up. You just have to play with it a little bit till you get your loops. Roll it back and close it up until you have 2 really good closed loops. And then you can take your flat nose, or I'm using one flat nose, one chain nose, and turn these the same way. It's pretty flexible. So we have a loop on each end. And we need to do that to both of these. So I'm just going to make a loop, roll that back, close it up as good as you can. And then just going to trim a tiny bit off, tiny, tiny bit, and then make another loop, roll it back, bend it back, you know. This one has a little more play on it, so I have it a little bit longer. So if I don't like that it's too longer, I can take this and trim off just a little bit, adjust it slightly without having to throw this away. Get a hold of it where the wire's flush and make my loop. Get your 2 pairs of pliers and make this even. We've got 2 of those. So what are we going to do with these? Well, I'm going to take my chain nose pliers. I like having both. And I'm going to open up one of these loops sideways and attach the teardrop and close it up. And I'm going to take the other loop, the other round bead, attach that to your ear wire and close it up. And then open up the loop on the bottom of that bead, that round bead, faceted round bead, and attach it. So what we have here is 2 round beads and then the teardrop. So that's what I'm going to do for the other one.
One more pair, and then we're done. Tiny beads, sparkling glass, little treasures from the past. Gather them together and see what you can do. A splash of turquoise, ruby red, a crystal drop instead. Every bead is waiting for a brand new point of view. Some are sweet and simple, some are bold and bright. Some catch every shimmer when they sparkle in the light. Mix a little silver, add a touch of gold. Turn a handful of teardrop beads into something to behold. It's hard to make just one when we've only just begun. Just one more pair, and then we're done. Round and round the color wheel, creating earrings with appeal. Every pair has its own style. Every bead can make you smile.
Pair number 7. Oh my gosh, aren't they so cute? I see I can straighten these up just a little bit here. Maybe just a little at the top. You know, don't be too hard on yourself if your loops aren't perfect. In the end, what stands out is the crystals. As I said, these are half crystal, half metallic silver. Same thing with the round ones, actually, the faceted rounds. These are half clear crystal, so they're going to reflect differently depending on how the light hits them. But there you go. Aren't those cute as can be? And you can mix your colors, for sure mix your colors and your beads. But this is pair number 7. I really like pair number 7. Yes, they're a little bit longer, but I love the 2 little round beads. These are faceted round beads, but I like the fact that they're all linked to faceted beads and then the teardrop bead. So I really do like number 7. But let's move on to pair number 8. I couldn't let the video go without making these earrings. And what we have here are 2 2-inch head pins, 2 of the larger teardrops in blue. I know you know what direction it's going when I show you the angel wings. 2 ear wires, 2 little round spacer beads, and 2 6mm clear crystal rondelles. And these little spacer beads are 5mm. I'll show them to you up close in just a second. So take one of your head pins and add the teardrop, any color that you like. Add the angel wings, and there'll be a link at the end of the video for my Amazon affiliate store for Avante Jewelry. I have the clear crystal rondelle. Now these spacer beads, sometimes I can find these, sometimes not, but you can use any kind of little spacer bead at the top that you like. And that's pretty much it. You could add a round silver bead if you want. I don't think it's necessary, but here's our little angel. Push the beads down, right angle, 3/8, wires flush, make a loop. Make sure that loop is closed really, really well. How quick was that? Let's make the second one.
Every beat can make you smile, a tiny work of jewelry. Springtime pastel, summer blues, autumn shades and winter hues. A pair for every outfit, hanging behind the closet door. Pick your teardrop beads and head pins just right. Watch your earrings come to life tonight. Then dream about the pairs you'll make tomorrow and much more.
You can wear these as earrings. They could also be part of purse charms. You could even make a pendant with these little angels. And I've made them. I've made hundreds of these angels in all different colors using the pretty teardrop crystal bead. This is pair number 8. I had to make my angels. I have made a video a long, long time ago at the beginning of my channel for making angels. These make great purse charms. They can make a cute little pendant. And then the earrings, as I've shown you. Now, as far as finding the wings, the link that I originally had in my Amazon affiliate store for Avante Jewelry doesn't have this same exact wing as far as the same exact size. So I will put on the screen here the measurements of the angel wings. So hopefully you can track these down. I haven't been able to do so far, but here's the measurement right here. And here's my affiliate link for my Amazon store for my tools and findings and supplies, whatever I can share. Let's move on to pair number 9. All right, let's make pair number 9. It doesn't look like much, does it? It's because I felt the need to practice. So one of the earrings is already made and setting off to the side. But what do we have here? We have a 2-inch head pin, ear wire, 4 small 1-inch head pins. We have 5 teardrop beads. We have what I'll call the medium size that we've been working with, and 4 small. And yes, one of them has a loop already. But I have a tiny piece of chain. I can't even get it to stretch out to show you. It's only a 1/2 inch long. And I guess I only need 4 tiny little jump rings, 4 jump rings. Double this and you have a pair. Okay, so let's see. First things first. We are going to open up the ear wire sideways. Yes, we're starting with the ear wire first. And we're going to get this tiny, tiny piece of chain. You can use whatever chain that you would like. But we're going to go ahead and attach this. Close that up. So there's our little piece of chain. Now I have a 2-inch head pin. I probably could get by with a 1-inch head pin. You really don't have to have 2-inch. You just need a head pin long enough to put it through your largest teardrop bead. I'm going to push that down, bend this at a right angle, trim it down about 3/8 of an inch, so not a whole lot to come off. And it's flush, wires flush. Make the loop, close the loop, and we have our little loop. Let's go ahead and attach this to the chain. So I'm going to open this up sideways, and we can just attach this directly to the last link on the chain. That's why we didn't need that extra little jump ring. We can just go direct with this. So 1 crystal on here so far. And now we need to use the 1-inch head pins. I already have the head pin through this little crystal, the red one, and I made my loop, but I want to do something different with these. Instead of just attaching these directly to the chain, I'm going to use a little jump ring just so it has a little more dangle to it. And let's skip one link in between. So I'm just going to come up to the second link of chain. Make sure that the chain that you choose, you can get a little jump ring through it. So there we go. It's attached with a jump ring. Let's go ahead and pick another color, and let's go with the aqua. Pretty little aqua. I love how the lights have been reflecting on the teardrops. Bend this at a right angle, trim it down, make a loop, close it. It's pretty good. Let's take a jump ring, and let's figure out where we want to add this one. How about if we go up 2 from the red? So I know you can't really see this on camera, but it's really hard to show you. It's so tiny. Just trust that I'm leaving one link in between. And it was only a 1/2 inch of chain to begin with. So now we have 3 crystals. Do the green one. You wouldn't know this, but my camera is so close. I have one hand on the side, 2, and barely 3. That's how close my camera is to be able to show you what I can without it going blurry. Do I need to trim this down a little bit? Just a tad. Wires flush. Make a loop. Close the loop. Straighten it. Looks pretty good. A tiny little, I don't know, this is probably a 3mm jump ring. You can use whatever size works for you. Think about the scale of your chain and everything else. Okay, let's go up 2. I give that a pinch. We have one more. And I hope I have this in the same order as my practice one. I'm trying.
It's hard to make just one when we've only just begun. Just one more pair, and then we're done. A pair for every season, a pair for a friend.
All right, where am I going to put this blue one? Somewhere here near the top. It may not have the 2 spaces between, but I'm just going to fit it in here. Make sure your jump ring is closed up. Sometimes you have to wiggle it back and forth. Close it up. Give it a little pinch.
Let's make some darling teardrop earrings, colorful and bright, sweet teardrops shining in the light. Every color under the rainbow, or crystal clear and true, beautiful earrings to dangle from your ears for you. It's hard to make just one when we've only just begun. Just one more pair, and then we're done. Just one more pair, and then we're done. Short earrings are long, they seem to sing a song, swaying in the breeze all day. Make as many teardrop earrings as you please. Mix and match the beads your way. A pair for every season, a pair for a friend.
Are you ready to take a look at the last pair, pair number 8? I honestly think this is probably the cutest pair out of all that we made today. Check those out. Oh my gosh, I love these. Love, love, love these. And I can only imagine all the pretty colors you could come up with. You could even do these for the holidays. You could do fall colors and Christmas colors and Easter colors. These teardrops are just what I had to work with, what I had on hand. But so pretty. Oh my gosh, I hope you're seeing the bling like I am. But that is pair number 9. Some of you probably noticed I'm not wearing a necklace today. No, I don't have a necklace on. I'm sure I have one that would go with this top. No, today It's all about the earrings because I decided that these were a keeper. I will be selling the other earrings when I get our new Avante Jewelry store open, which is getting closer and closer. But yes, I decided I've got to keep these, and they are the star of the outfit today. No necklace. But don't go anywhere. Let's recap everything we made today in this video and vote in your comment for your favorite pair or pairs. But here's what we made today.
Turn a handful of teardrop beads into something to behold. It's hard to make just one when we've only just begun. Just one more pair, and then we're done. Round and round the color wheel, creating earrings with appeal. Every pair has its own style. Every bead can make you smile. A tiny work of jewelry. Springtime pastel, summer blues, autumn shades and winter hues. A pair for every outfit, hanging behind the closet door. Pick your teardrop beads and headpins just right. Watch your earrings come to life tonight.
And make sure you're subscribed, of course, because I'm going to do a live very, very soon. Hopefully within the next couple weeks. I'll put an announcement out for that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to reading your comments, your votes on the earrings, and whether you would try these or not. And I'll see you in the next video. Well, maybe not. The next video might be a short video, and I'm behind the scenes in my short videos, but I'll see you soon.
Just waiting to